Okay, for all you fanatics, bad pun, out there, I got a couple fans here that I'm possibly considering selling or listing on eBay. But I thought I'd give you guys first shot at possibly if you're interested in buying them. The shipping isn't going to be cheap, unfortunately, if I need to ship these. But if there's anyone local that would be interested, you can give me a shout. Well, this one is a late 60s, early 70s Eskimo. And somebody did see this on my video about the estate and commented on it. Well, they turned around and gave it to me after they sold the house. I found this great teal paint and I repainted this and did some fixing up on it, if nothing else for my own use. This little plastic plug is the original color. It was a little bit darker green. And the blades are aluminum. I really couldn't do much better at balancing them. They don't balance very well and they're pretty noisy. So it works. It seems to have very high RPMs for these small motors. And it's definitely not a high-end product, to say the least. But I think it came out pretty nice and it works good. Moves a lot of air. Chrome's pretty good. The blades, the one blade has a small crack in the very corner. Can't even see it. And I think what had happened is when this side panel slides in all the way, it enters into the fan's opening and it hit. There was a dent in one of the edges from that. Other than that, it works good, it looks good, and it's for sale. If somebody wants to make me an offer in the Rochester, Monroe County area, trying to ship these things is probably going to be $30-35 to ship these because they're quite heavy. I did sand them and repaint them. They're not car finish quality, but they look good. They're very useful. And I did the Westinghouse. Now it turns out the blade, the fins on the blade, the actual paddles are plastic. They're like a fiberglass. And the original paint literally started falling off of the blades when I started cleaning it with Castle Cleaner to get all the grease off. And I sanded down and repainted the metal frame and just did a quick cleaning on the grill. The grill really needs to be polished with a wire wheel, and then it would shine. On all my fans, I usually leave the motors the original color if they look decent, both for historical reasons and because of the name tags. Don't want a chance painting over them. And the grommulet dry rotted and broke after I put it back together. So I put these zip ties on because otherwise the cord would move around and it would rub the armature inside. The cord's very pliable, so I didn't replace it. Come on. and it's a Sunbeam cord. A lot of my vintage fans have Sunbeam cords on them for some reason. I think Sunbeam used to just make cords for their other manufacturers. This one, the Dominion, that I bought for $5. Yes. Sunbeam cord. Original end. This is that rubbery, like, kitchen appliance cord, and it's in perfect condition. No cracks or anything, so I'm not going to replace it. If a cord's lasted 50 years and it's still good, then it's probably fine. There's my Zero. It's been sitting under the bench for 15 years. So I'm going to fix that guy up. This one, all it needs is to be wiped off. It's in perfect condition. Not going to paint that. And that's the Fasco. That's got a lot of power. But this one's for sale, but again, it would cost me a fortune to try to ship this fan. And that's why I'm asking if anybody in the local area. I know Vintage Co-op lives nearby, and one of the other guys that commented on one of the estate videos said that he lived fairly close by and might be interested. I'll try to lean this up, and I did oil it when I had the motor apart, but it still takes a long time to get up to high speed. Now she's speeding up. The bearings are very tight in this motor, but yet it's got some backlash. It can move back and forth. I did oil the shaft when it was out, but the bearings are tight. There's no wear. It's like a brand new motor. But that's what high should sound like. Moves a lot of air. It's got very, very high-pitched blades in it. I'm going to put it on low. The tag and the motor look fantastic. You can't even get the motor out of the cage without taking the motor apart. It actually pinches the cage and pinches this ring. So yeah, it's a nice looking fan, and if I can't get 50, 60 bucks for it, it's not for sale. But if somebody is interested in buying it, local pickup, I don't think 60 bucks is too much to ask. It has very high-pitched blades, which is why it takes a long time to get going. But once it starts going, it goes. It really goes like a bat out of hell. I chose to paint the blades black instead of the turquoise because the plastic under the paint was black. It's very quiet when it's on low. And very politically incorrect because there's no cage on the outside. So let me know what you think. I'm going to post these fans and try to sell them without eBay and see if anybody's interested. And thanks for viewing.